You guys noticed that the first decision she made was to walk away from the situation. So Josh doesn't follow her. He stays still. He just simply recalls her back with the tone. So every time she chooses to leave, all that's going to happen is she's going to get recalled back. As many times as she chooses to leave, she will get recalled back. Until she figures out, okay, I might as well just stay here, and then we go from there. But if your dog's running away from you when you have the Dremel, use their recall. That's why we train that first. We're now trying to relax her muscles. She's really tense. So we want, Josh is using sort of a body massage to relax her a little bit. Relax the muscles. We're eventually going to get her on her side. But this is very real and it does work. I'm going to loosen those muscles up. One of the main reasons we choose to have these conversations through grooming, because it makes sense why we're doing this versus just doing this for no reason, and she's going to get another recall. I just think that is so cool how that happens. How we can just hands-free get her back as many times as we need to. And so we're breaking this down step by step by step. So first we address her running away, and then we soften the body with the massage. We slowly get her on her side. It's a lot of steps before we actually get to the actual dremeling of the nails. So you can't just pull out the Dremel and think, oh, I'm gonna go straight for the nail. There's so much to do before you get to that, right, Josh?
Sure is.
And we love putting everything on the e-collar because this is what makes it transfer so easily to the owner. So the end result is the owner is going to be able to put her in and down, easily put her on her side, and Dremel the nails. And she'll have her e-collar if she tries to disagree with anything. So there's a lot going on here if you're really paying attention to Josh and what he's doing. There's so much going on second by second. It's a constant back and forth conversation between Effie and Josh without words. So she's constantly responding to something that he's doing, and then he's responding to that response. When she's doing good girl like this, you'll see her getting pets and praise. And she's going to learn that this is the path of least resistance and that the actual procedure doesn't hurt at all. It's not so bad. All these dogs think this nail Dremel is going to like cut their paw off, and that's why they're so anxious about it. Once we can show them it doesn't hurt, there'll be nothing. I'll be able to pull her out in 5 minutes and Dremel all of her nails because she'll have a memory of, oh, that's not so bad. What's bad is when you start to fight it. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. As soon as that turns on, she gets up, she starts to wiggle, and that's when Josh says, this is my response to that response to the Dremel. So it's always communicating to her. Josh makes it look easy, but I promise you it's not. That's why I have him do all the first sessions and then I take it from there. It's very subtle communication, but it has to be very clear in the dog's mind. So he's dremeling his own nail because that sound, you can see, triggers the dog. She lifts her head up. Every single sound, every single movement can be a trigger. So that's why we break it down into such small steps. So if she wants to walk away, then she's just going to get recalled. And then we reset backing her down. I don't know if you guys can see her collar, but every time there's e-collar pressure on, a little light is on the collar right there. It's on, it's off. It's on whenever she's lifting her head, wiggling her body. It's off whenever she's relaxed. So it doesn't get any more clear than that. So again, trigger 1, sound of the Dremel. Trigger 2, sound of the Dremel on a nail. Not even her nail. So we know she's reacting to the sound. And again, we're able to address her and put her back down, and then we repeat the same trigger. And then once that becomes easy, we move on to the next trigger. So we're showing her step by step. So she couldn't do this 30 seconds ago. She lifted her head up, she wiggled around. We had to show her, hey, this isn't doing anything to you. Get your toenails while you're at it. So you're noticing all of these previous triggers that used to be impossible for her are becoming easier for her until the whole procedure becomes easy, and it will. Now we grab a paw, right? We touch the paws, we touch the nails, we touch the Dremel to the nail. And essentially with each step, it's the exact same procedure. We simply just address her trying to fight the procedure because we know it's not hurting her. This is how she learns to submit, relax, be calm, trust people that we're not out to get her. We're touching the back of the Dremel to each nail and her paw. Back paws are always easier. You always want to start with the back paws because they are easier than the front. Think of her head as a loaded gun. If she picks up her head and points her mouth at you, she's pointing a gun at you, saying, I have teeth, and I'm being polite right now, but if I don't like what you're doing, I'm going to use my teeth. That's essentially the language of the dog. And so we say, well, we don't even want you to lift your head up. Put that back in the holster. She's getting praise for trying right here. Her being still, that's her trying. Her moving her paws around, not trying. And that sound you hear is on Josh's nails. E-collar pressure on, off. Praise. So at some point during this procedure, she's gonna go, oh, that's it? Like, what was I so worried about? You can't ever show her that if she's constantly trying to fight it. That's why step 1 has to be calm.
Great.
Woo! Effie! And that was session 1. Something for her to remember that was easy, painless. We will break this down. We'll bring her back out. Maybe again today, later today, but definitely every day here on out. And eventually we're going to just Dremel all of her nails, and it'll become really easy.